Yo. Hi. New haircut. New haircut. Could you see that? Last video, my hair was a lot longer than it is now, and it no longer is. That's usually what happens when you get a haircut. Your hair gets shorter. Theoretically. I'm just kidding. Also in practice. It's very shocking to look in the mirror and see like how short my hair is. Um but I have never felt this good about myself in a long time. Week 12 ended back in May 16. That was the last day. Since it coincided with my California trip, I did not do any of the prompts. I did 2 days of morning pages. Is it 2 or 3? But there were a lot of insights that I gained during that trip. And it's always so funny. Lately, I've been getting comments about how everything feels natural with me. These comments come from my friends and also people that I'm seeing. I take it as a compliment because I like it when people feel good and natural around me. Like everything flows. Like that's basically what they're telling me, is that the dynamic that we have is like flowing and there's no pressure, there's no tension. To which I like that. Instead of a week 12 reflection video, this is going to be a recap. Genuinely going to be a story time, and whether or not you want to count that for my week 12, I don't care. I'm counting it, and so let's get into it. We started planning this trip back in February, like end of February is when we bought the tickets. I think that's when I reserved my car rental as well with Costco, to which everything went well. I think I paid more than last time that I went, because this is my second time going to California. The first time was back in 2022, and that was the first time Pam and Monse and I, like us three, ever met together, like in person, to which very historical. Monse came down to, she flew down to Texas last August of last year, and she stayed for 4 days, Thursday to Sunday. Yeah, I was supposed to leave Monday, May 11th at noon, and then I was supposed to, like for Cali, and I was supposed to come back at around, my flight was supposed to be at 8 a.m. on Saturday. So booked that flight, cool, let's go. And then out of fucking nowhere, I get a notification from Frontier, because that's who I flew with, saying that, hey, those flight times are no longer available. You need to reschedule. Here's what we have. Flight from San Antonio to LA should not be longer than 6 hours. Okay, that's my opinion, and I don't know if that's true, but to me, it should not be longer than that. Okay, and I'm looking at the flight times, the new flight times that they gave us, and the duration for literally like 10 of them, except one, was 15 hours. Bitch, am I going to the Philippines? What the fuck? And the reason for that is because the layovers in between cities would literally be 4 to 5 hours. Bitch. No, what the fuck? I don't know the logic behind it. All I know is like it's an inconvenience to me, right? Because this is about me. This is about my experience. Best option for me was to choose this flight that was only 7 hours long in comparison to the rest of them. But the catch is I leave San Antonio at 7, like flight leaves at 7:30, and I get to LA at midnight, which I have flown by myself. Like I have flown to Cancun, but I knew like I was being welcomed by a group of people. This time around, it's just me and Monse. So 2 girls, and I'm always aware of the fact that I'm a woman and I'm 5 foot and I weigh 107 pounds. And so I try to not put myself in situations where shit could go left. So being in a city that I don't live in, touching down at midnight, and then having to get the car rental and then driving at like around that time, like that's scary to me. Might not be scary for a lot of people, but that's okay. But to me, I'm like, fuck. Also because MONSE has to pick me up. I was like, please have one of your best friends to drop you off, because I don't want you taking Uber or taking the bus to like come to LAX at fucking midnight by yourself. She ended up doing that anyway. But anyways, get there at midnight, and I have been one up by MONSE. It's a joke, but like, it has never occurred to me that when I'm picking up somebody at the airport that I can grab their luggage while they're waiting to board. Time they get to arrivals, like they just have, oh my god, like they already have their luggage and they can just fucking leave. Because as soon as like I'm coming down escalators, I see MONSE with my luggage. And I'm like, oh my god. Ugh! Once I reached the bottom of the fucking escalators, like we just fucking left, and I didn't have to wait for, and I didn't have to like fucking carry it. She's the one that's already like rolling it, and I'm like, please let me give you a head, bro, please. I'm just kidding. Pick up the car rental. There's a fee because I'm under 25, and it's like $50 per day that I'm using the car rental, and then it adds up to God fucking knows how much. I cracked a joke with the desk lady being like, you don't think I would pass for a 25? Like, come on, man. Just waive the fee. Nobody's looking. It's just us here. The car rental we chose was Mazda 3 hatchback, I think. It's definitely like in the 20s, like the year. Because I have a Mazda 3 hatchback, but that's 2015, and I got buttons. What I do not have is this feature where like when you're going at a certain speed and you're about to fucking hit somebody, the car will stop. And I know that because the car rental did that at least twice while I was driving it. But I don't have that for my 2015 Mazda. So definitely on the newer side. First thing we did was grab food. We got Jack in the Box, ordered it through drive-thru, ate the fuck out of that while parked in our car rental, duh. And it felt so surreal being in California with MONSE when like a few hours ago I was just in San Antonio with my family. Like, I don't know if you guys get that feeling whenever you travel where you're like, bruh, this is a set, okay? Like, somebody built this. None of this is real. And I'm looking for the cameras. There are none. At this point, it was like 2, 3 a.m. And then the next day, Monday, or actually same day because that was already midnight and I left. Yeah. Anyways, Monday, we go to this breakfast place. Burritos, big as fuck. MONSE and I split that hoe. And it was so good and it was so filling. Major highlight for that day is we went to the beach. But prior to that, I don't know what we did after breakfast, but I know what we did before the beach. So before the beach, we picked up one of MONSE's best friends. Her name's Addie. And so, boom, beautiful woman with beautiful curly hair, tall. I was like, oh my God, nice to meet you, right? And then once we picked up Addie, we went to Target. From there, I bought High Noons, and then they bought fruits and other stuff. Ice, I think. And then from there, went to the beach. We were at the beach for a couple hours, nothing crazy. We paid for parking, which was $35, and I have so much beef with paying for shit that's already been there way before we came. Like, the beach has been there before I was born. The ocean and its tides, they've been getting pulled by the moon since the dawn of time, okay? And you're telling me I gotta pay $35 to put my fucking towel down so I can enjoy the water. Like, I know there are actual reasons, like, especially for, like, the maintenance and upkeep of the beach, but, like, $35 fucking dollars, bro? I don't know. And we can afford billions of dollars to go to war, like, and we can't go to the beach for free. Yeah. So, beach was great. Water was cold as fuck. There were so many birds. At some point, some of the birds were like, well, they're not actual like tiny birds. Like, they're the ones, what the fuck are they called? They're white and they have mid-sized beaks. But they will fuck up your sandwich if you leave it unattended. And they were doing that to other people, which I thought was funny. After the beach, dropped off Addie, and then we went back to the hotel, got dressed for dinner. And then for dinner, we got this chicken katsu curry style, and everybody got the same fucking thing, and it was so fucking fire. After that, we got shaved ice, but it was like Oreo flavored, so there were like Oreo bits on top of that. But it was so big that we shared it between us three. Ugh, so fire. And a lot of laughter throughout. I've known MONSE since she was 15, but I did not go to high school with her. I do not live that close to her, like obviously. And so like Addie has that experience, and I have the experience that I have with MONSE, which is like, I think that's so cool. I think that's so cool. And I really love how jokes were just flowing, because these people are smart and they are hilarious and they make each other funnier. And so personally, at some point, I feel like an audience at a comedy club. It was so good. Like, I was giggling my cheeks off. But also cracking my jokes too, making them giggle and laugh as well. Two-way. After dessert, we went to a karaoke bar, to which I bombed every song I ever sang because I was too shy, and also because my throat was a little scratchy. They sang so well. Yeah, karaoke bars to me, like, I like the concept. I like it in theory. But when I was at that karaoke bar, it was a little underwhelming because we had to log in with our YouTube account to sing. And I just didn't understand that part. Like, I felt like they should have had everything set up for us, that the only thing we have to do is search up a song and sing. We were having like login issues. Like, I really hate that, because what if we didn't have a phone? Then I guess we just can't fucking log in on YouTube. Like, what the fuck? And then after that, drop off Addie, then go home. On Tuesday and Wednesday, I really loved how we were just like lounging and just exploring. But Tuesday, we went to this taco place called the Taco Stand, and I got a grilled pescado taco, and it was so fresh and so fire, and it was like so filling, and every time I take a bite, like, and the tortillas, they're homemade. They're like fucking falling apart, and I had to get a fork, but like, and honestly, I could have used a fork, but I don't think I did. I think I just used my fucking fingers and like popped that shit in my mouth, like all the bits that were falling on my plate. And then after that, we went to get Phil's coffee. We just walked. It was really good. I actually enjoyed Phil's coffee. I've never had it before. That was my first time as well. The only reason I know about them is because of Emma Chamberlain. Whenever I used to watch her vlogs, I mentioned them a lot. But this Phil's coffee was yellow. Like, it was yellow, like on the outside and in the inside. But the Phil's coffee that I would see her go in was not yellow, so that kind of threw me off a bit. I don't know if I'm making any sense. It doesn't matter. So we're chatting outside and I'm smoking a cig. Duh. We were talking about eyebrow piercings. MONSE was, I've been wanting an eyebrow piercing for a long time, but the last conversation I had about it with my family, they were just like dogging the fuck out of the idea of me getting eyebrow piercing, and they were just so discouraging about it. And I completely understand where they're coming from, but that was like that was me testing the waters, and them being against it. And it's like, because a conversation happened during one of our dinners, like one of our Sunday dinners, and so everybody in the family was just sitting at the table, and it's like a 5v1, like I'm the one. And I left that conversation feeling so defeated and also like, again, discouraged. And so I'm like, okay, I guess I won't get it for now. But after having one conversation with MONSE about it, I was just like, you know what? Why the fuck would I not get it, bro? I'm gonna get it. And she was like, yeah, we can go to this place that my sister went to. And then we're like, okay, let's fucking go. So finish our coffee, finish a cigarette, walk back to our car. And I'm like, here, pull it up on the GPS. And then she pulls it up. They're fucking closed. That will not stop me. And so we're like, let's see what's nearby. And MONSE's concern is that it would be a lot more expensive than what we would have paid if we had gone to where her sister went. But I'm like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, I'm gonna get this piercing one way or another. So, pull up the closest place that we can find. And it's in the same area. So, we got out of the car again and then walked back. And it was right next to Phil's. Like, we just completely. This is Phil's. It was like right behind it. So, whenever we had crossed this street, like, our backs were completely facing it. So, we did not see it at all or like paid mind to it. It also didn't look like a piercing shop. Like, I feel like most piercing shops have this like edgy look to it. That looked like a crystal shop to me, to be honest. Which goes to say they decorated it really well. We go inside. There's only one person that's running it, and he's like finishing up with another customer, and he was like, well, "I'll be right with y'all. Like, fill out the form, yada yada." Filled it out. Okay, cool. The guy was really cool. He had a bunch of neck tattoos and some face tattoos, and then his nails were done. And the nails were pretty and were pretty enough that it caught Monse's attention, and she complimented him on it. To which Monse to me is a very creative person. Like anything that she says is good, I'm like, by law, that is good art. You know, the guy responds, and he's like, "Oh yeah, like I just let somebody freestyle on it," and then that's how it turned out. And I'm like, "Ugh, you're so nonchalant about it, bro. Like you're so cool. Okay, we get it." Whenever he was measuring this, he pulled out a protractor, and it's like this big, and he's like measuring my fucking brows. And then whenever he's done marking shit, pulls out a thread. Boom, boom. He was so meticulous and particular about the process that I felt so safe about how it's gonna turn out. And I just felt so confident like that it's gonna look good. And bitch, not to toot my own fucking horn and his horn, it looks good. I had not scratched the car rental on the first day, I would have gotten the second one. But I did. And so that money's gotta go somewhere else. Like, it needs to get replaced because it's really sticking out and I need it snug, need it tight. What did we do after that? I don't fucking remember.
Everyone, this is me editing at 1 a.m. and I have work tomorrow, or actually today. But I remember what we did. So after the piercing, we went to an outlet shop. Wait, shopping outlet? What? I don't know. Went to Hot Topic, H&M. Monse went to a store where you can buy like these packs because it was for her one of her best friends, like birthday was coming up and she likes opening up packs, and like I don't know, it's like a gamble to me, to be honest. We had this bright idea of watching a movie. Oh, we went to Barnes and Noble, bruh. We went to Barnes and Noble, and after Barnes and Noble, she bought me a One Direction CD. Take me home. We went to see the Sheep Detectives, and I bawled my eyes out, which is what I do, to be honest. I'm really good at crying, and I was trying not to let her see me cry, but once the tears start coming, it's really hard to stop, and then my nose starts sniffling. Like, bruh, shut the fuck up. I was trying really hard. But then she turned around and then she saw the lighting, and then tears were just cascading down my fucking cheeks like a motherfucker. But really good movie. I really love that movie. And a huge part of it is because I watched it with Monse, like genuinely and honestly. And then we went to Pho.
Oh, after that we got pho. Yeah, we got pho. Pho was fucking fire. While we were waiting for our table, Mom FaceTimes me, and she's like, "So you weren't gonna call?" And California is 2 hours behind Texas, so it's already 10 where she is, and she's always worried about my safety, which I completely understand. I'm like, very traditional woman, and the fact that I'm a woman is like enough reason for her to constantly worry about my safety, which when I was younger, it used to piss me off, but now that I'm at the age I am, I'm like, it makes me happy that somebody is constantly making sure about my whereabouts and that I'm alive. That's all I'm gonna say. FaceTiming her, and she's like, "What is that on your face?" And I was like, "Oh, I just got this done today, and I have it like this." And she's like, "Bruh." She did not say bruh. She's like, "You keep fucking up your own beauty, bro. Like, ugh. Good night." And then that's the end of the comment. Fought for my septum, fought for my piercing, like my nose piercings, and then at this point, like my family doesn't give a fuck anymore about what I do. Actually, they do. My mom was like, "I'm fine with the eyebrow piercing, you know, like I can't control what you do, but please don't get gauges." And I'm like, and the thing is, like, I don't care for gauges. They kind of scare me, especially like once you take out the gauges, and like you just have that loose skin. Like I don't have the real estate for that, first of all. And so I'm like, yeah, I wasn't gonna think about it anyway. But like, when somebody tells you to not do something, and then you're like, well, now I kind of want to do it. That's kind of what happened whenever she had said that. But I'm not gonna do it, I don't think. Wednesday we went to the same taco place, and we went to the same taco place until Saturday. Saturday we went to a Texas-esque diner because everything was like cowboy themed, and I'm like, okay, cool. And so the portions were a lot bigger than we expected. But since we were in California, we weren't expecting Texas-sized portions, but maybe we should have based on the theme of the restaurant. They went to a taco stand, and then afterwards went to get smoothie. And then after that, we went to a bakery, and I got a matcha strawberry cheesecake. Was it cheesecake or sponge cake? And then Monse got like a banana croissant something. Hers was good. Enjoyed it. I enjoyed mine because it wasn't that sweet. And then after that, we went to Best Buy to look at digital cameras. Well, before that, before the bakery, we went to a thrift store for like cameras. But obviously, I don't know why it didn't cross my mind that since it's secondhand, like there's bound to be damages on those cameras. And so we saw a sign saying that like, hey, final sale, you can't give these back, and also by the way, they may not, like, shit may be damaged, just so you know. We're like, ugh, okay. So went to Best Buy, asked one of the workers there like if they have somewhere in the $300 range, and they're like, at this point it's actually, especially because I was asking about Sony, because that's what I'm familiar with when I was younger. But I was unaware like of how much Sony digital cameras cost nowadays. I don't even fucking have it. Oh wait. Okay. He pulls this out. This was $150. So fire. And I like how it looks, to be honest. So yeah, got this, and then after that we went to Apple Store because I had to buy like a charger for my iPad because my iPad was acting up before I left for Cali. And then after the Apple Store, we made our way to LA because Monse had bought tickets for Hayley Williams. And honestly, super grateful, and everybody in that motherfucker were so stylish and so gay and looked so cool. And everybody was so nice. And the crowd for GA was just super chill, and everybody is so apologetic of like bumping into each other, which is like when I went to see Tucker, aka Raw Model, bitches were bumping into each other and they did not give a fuck. They're just trying to get to the front, which I completely understand. Like that's kind of like how I see GA to begin with. But no, everybody was so sweet, and I'm like kind of a culture shock. For a lot of vendors that were selling Paramore stuff or Hayley Williams stuff, once I bought a shirt, and then right after the concert, I got a hot dog. So good. That's exactly what I fucking needed, to be honest. I was so hungry. And then Thursday,
Hi, party people. I am back. I forgot that we went to a museum before we went to see Lord. Museum is free. The upsetting thing about was that they didn't have a gift shop. When I asked about a gift shop, they're like, "Oh, it's all online." What? They're like, "Yeah, they moved it online." So it was a little upsetting because I really wanted to get something. I love museum gift shops, but y'all can get what we want. And it had 2 floors. Also smoked a cigarette outside. And they had like a really nice view. Ugh, it was really cool. It was pretty windy. I don't care. But yeah, I love that part because I just like to look at art and also feel moved of the type of art people put out. Like it's just, yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Make sure it doesn't get forgotten.
The highlight for Thursday was seeing Lord. Very unreal. I love how she takes the visuals of her performance very seriously. Like, yes, it's a lot of screens, it's a lot of effects, but like, I love the treadmill too, by the way. I love the treadmill and I love the dance because it wasn't just Lord, there were like multiple people on the stage with her. I don't know what it is, but like, if you put a bald woman on stage and she's dancing and she's so elegant and swift with it, like, it's an automatic art performance to me, you know? And then add the fact that Lord is literally playing in the bruh. Of course. Of course. It just felt so surreal. Like, I kept thinking, like, oh my God, I am here and I'm queer. And I had a lot of fun. Getting out of Kia Forum, though, like, after concert has ended, I was just like, fuck. Everybody and their mom trying to get the fuck out. Dropped off Adi. And then Friday, the highlight for that one was, what the fuck did we do before Universal Studios? To get tacos again, and to get coffee and stuff like that. I'm in my mom's office and I was editing. I'm actually at my parents' house and I was editing this video and I get to this point and I'm like, I remember, I can't believe I forgot. Monse and I literally got matching tattoos. Hers is on her upper arm. Also, this is a fake mole. And I'm gonna show a picture right here that I posted on my story. But that's what we did before Universal Studios. I can't believe I forgot that, bro. Like, SMH. Our tattoo artist that she found, Monse found, was so cool, so chic, and so giggly. We were just having a grand old time. Like, such a fun session through and through. Majority of my tattoos when I got them, they hurt quite a bit. But with hers, like, hers hurt the least amount. And also, it's not as raised as my other tattoos are. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Friday, went to Universal Studios. I've never been, but Monse and her friends frequent. And let me see. We started pickups because there were 5 of us in total. It was me, Monse, and then her 3 best friends, Ari, Giselle, and Esme. And so I've never met them before. This is my first time like seeing everybody together, and I was sat in the middle because like Adi was driving, Monse was in the passenger seat, Giselle was next to me, and so was Esme, and I was back seat middle. And I wanted to be there, to be honest with you. Like, I requested to be there because I'm like, conversation's gonna flow, we're gonna crack jokes, it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be great. Boom. It was like an hour drive. We get there around 7. First of all, the idea of being at Universal Studios at 7 p.m. is already a little boggling to me because for me, like, parks is usually like a morning thing. Like with my family, we get there as early as we can so we can leave and get the fuck out early as fuck and knock out for the rest of the night. And then we got to see the One Piece show, and it was so cool, and the actors were so great, and it was such a fire performance. And then we rode some rides, enjoyed the rides. It was a little cold though, but that's my fault for not being appropriately dressed. I should have known. The end of, oh, and then I got to try butterbeer for the first time. It's not that crazy. It is good though. I had two. But I enjoyed that. And we ended up eating at the Simpsons restaurant, and we all got burgers. Not by choice. A lot of places were closed. So that was kind of like our last resort. And everybody was hangry at this point and tired as fuck, and they just want to eat and sit down. And I'm just like, oh my god. Tensions were high at that point, and I'm laughing at it now, but like at that time, I was like, oh my god. I thought it was kind of funny. It's Friday. Flight is on Saturday, and it's at noon, but we still need to check out of the hotel, and we still need to drop off the car rental. And the hotel we were staying at was roughly like 40 minutes away from the airport. We have to be mindful of our time management during that timeline. From the Universal Studios, we did not get home. I mean, we did not get to the hotel until like 4 a.m. and shower, get unready. And by the time we get under the covers, it's 6:30 a.m. The fuck. I think we ended up sleeping for like an hour, and then after that, like we just got the fuck out of there. I filled up for gas, and we got breakfast. The parking garage, like, we were on the top, so we were able to see like the sky and then some buildings. Not that tall, but it was just, it made me so sad, bro. It made me so sad. Like, oh my god, I was already feeling like I was so sensitive that morning. The entire trip was such a blast, and it makes me feel so grateful to have what I have, to have the friendship that I have with MONSE, and that because of her, I was able to meet such great, cool people, and also be able to be in places I would never be in if she wasn't in my life. Like, yeah, I would have been in California at some point, I guess. But it's just like I got to see a lot of cool spots and like see a lot of cool views. Have so much fun. And she's like right next to me. Anyways, once she was with me up until I had to leave, up until I had to go to TSA. She helped me check my bag, helped me figure out where the fuck TSA was, and then, yeah, it was so sad. Soon as I crossed TSA, I started writing my letter for her. While I was writing it, I was bawling my eyes out, crying like somebody fucking died. Relax. But that's the norm for me anyway. It was week 12 for me, and I'm very grateful to have had the experience that I have, and I miss her so much. One thing I will say though, like one thing I picked up from that trip is that, sorry, there are multiple things running through my head, and I can't really choose one. So actually, let's list it. First is, there is no past and there is no future. I have been trying to wrap my head around that fucking thing. The past are our memories, right? And all we have is now. What the fuck? What are you talking about? Second is, which has helped with my intrusive thoughts, is that I am not my thoughts, but I am my actions. And so it has made me kinder to myself, because I be thinking about the worst shit ever, and I just feel like a terrible person for the thoughts that I have. 80% of the time. But a lot of it I'm trying to combat in my head. And so now my new line whenever I'm thinking about something that's not really good is that you are not your thoughts. You are your actions. And doing what you said you were gonna do matters more than what you're actually fucking thinking of, what you're like, whatever you're fucking planning, right? And kind of a call out for me, I don't progress until I make the action. So kind of helpful, kind of a call out. And then the third thing is there a third thing? My favorite. This is actually my favorite because I tend to take things personally, and I think I've talked about this reflection, like this, what I'm about to tell you in the previous week reflections, but it keeps coming back up, and I think it's because I keep falling for it. But whatever people say and whatever the fuck they do, it actually has nothing to do with me and everything to do with them. And I say that because I tend to compare myself to other people. And then when they say ABC, I'm like, am I ABC? But it's like, that's not an information about me. That has nothing to do with my worth, my esteem, my confidence. It has everything, like that has to do, like that's an information about them. Somebody says, I like the color orange. It's not my cue to be like, well, I like red. What does it fucking matter? Like, that doesn't affect me at all. That's an information about them. And that can be applied to so many other things. Like maybe the way you approach things is not going to be similar to the way other people approach things. And I don't have to take offense to that. It just means that's a fucking trait that they have. And whether or not I align with it, I don't have to take that personally, you know? I do have a choice on whether or not I want to partake in it, but other than that, like, we can move the fuck on. I don't know if I'm articulating that properly, but anyways, I gotta wrap this up, bro. I'm goddamn near 45 minutes yapping. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'm very excited to have completed the artist way. Maybe not to the T, not by the textbook completely, but I am excited that I finished the series altogether, because now I can start thinking about other video ideas that I can post, because I'm about to have so much fucking fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.